What's up, everybody, and welcome to Joe Nash's first vlog. Typical morning, it's Saturday, typical morning for me is just keeping up with the girls.
This is your family.
Say hi.
Hi.
See, this is Ivy, and she found a stuffed animal to play with her baby sister, baby Violet. What you doing? Yeah, a lot of the time on the weekends, it's just me trying to keep up with the girls. We got Daisy, who's out and about right here, too. So, yeah, the plan is, as of now, just drinking some of my coffee. Ashley's getting dressed. The girls are playing. One's playing here in her ring, and the other is out there watching a show, eating an apple. So, after that, we're looking at getting groceries. Not sure whether we're going to Food Line or the commissary yet. I know where we're stationed, they take a portion of the paycheck that's $2,000 specifically for housing. And I'm not saying that the houses aren't that low quality or high quality, but I am saying that's a lot of money for a little bit of house when you can't even use a lot of it. So the walls in the living room shoot up like 20 feet in the sky, so a good fifth of this house you can't even use because it's just all that ambient space above the living room. So, and that's also a pain with heating and air conditioning, because the way the hot air, cool air travels, it's just impossible to get the right temperature for this house. So a lot of times we have to set the thermostat to like 71 and cool, knowing it's gonna overshoot it to like 68 upstairs in the kids' rooms. Or if it's extremely cold, you set it to heat at like 69, knowing that it's going to hit like 71 or 72 in the girls' rooms and be 67 downstairs. It's truly a math problem trying to figure out the temperature in this house. Got the whole family in the van, heading to the commissary to do some grocery shopping. I'm risking my life filming while she drives, so.
Daddy, I got a red doggy.
Wow, you got a red doggy.
A red.
Wow. Good job. Made it to the commissary. Now we're just finishing up our shopping. Ivy, say hi.
Hi.
We just made it to the base housing trails. Pretty windy out, got a wind advisory.
Yep, just going on a walk with the family. You say hi?
It's a lot of crazy old housing on base. I'll show you it. Not sure if I'd want to live on the on-base housing, but it's got that bit of a rustic feel. Yeah, what'd you say?
Old school charm.
Yeah.
Old housing is on base. But I know one concern for some people is lead in the paint. So that's one thing to consider. Living on base versus off base and the age of the home.
Ashley did some good work with the baby's room, so Violet's in here playing right now. She painted the walls and put up these little bookshelves. And now Violet is playing with her toy. What are you doing? Yeah. all in all, everything can be stressful, a lot going on throughout the day, but it's the little moments like this that kind of make it worth it.
Toy. We are you.
Yep. Are you playing with your baby sister?
Yeah.
Cool. You want to give her a kiss?
Now it's say good night.
Oh, good night. Now that it's 7:30 p.m. and the kids are down, that's optimal time to get some cleaning done in this house because we weren't really following behind them today and cleaning behind them. So yeah, gonna get that knocked out real quick. What's up, everyone? It was pretty windy yesterday, so we decided to not really go out and do much today. It was also raining yesterday, so today we're really looking to get a jump start on this vlogging channel. So Ivy and I are going out to a few stores and we're gonna see if we can't find a tripod for the phone at a reasonable price to, I don't know, make my hand more steady and make it just more easier. It's very awkward talking over here as opposed to looking at myself and talking, and it's hard to hold the phone in landscape and not cover up the audio. So we're gonna just try and find a tripod at a reasonable price. It'll be a whole lot easier and get this party started. Well, we made it to Best Buy. We're gonna check this store out first, see if they got any good deals. Got Ivy with me. Violet's staying at the house trying to take a nap. It was a long night, so we're gonna go in here, see what they got. So we're in here at Best Buy and they don't have many options really. A lot of what they have though is pretty pricey compared to what I'm looking for. Like, I want a mini one like this, but not really wanting to pay $45 for it. So something in the $20 range would be nice. That's kind of what I'm targeting. So might have to look at Big Lots or Walmart or Five Below, something like that. So the best deal we could find at Best Buy was about $27 for what we were looking for. Tripod, a mini tripod with a phone mount, not just a camera one. It's not bad, but I feel like we could do better. Got big hopes for Big Lots, so that's where we're heading to next. Just got here to Big Lots, so gonna head in, see what they got. Hopefully they got better deals. Seeing online they should have something around $10, so we'll see. So they do have what I was talking about. They have these guys for $10. I mean, decent reviews for what it is, so probably gonna get one, and I'll let you all know how it is. It certainly can't be worse than holding the phone, honestly. This is just, I underestimated how rough it is and how unconventional it really is just holding it for these things, but yeah, I'm gonna try it out. All right, so I got this thing open. It's got a nice little light here, screws in at the bottom of this tripod, so I'm gonna go ahead and screw it in real quick. So there it is. About perfect size, what I was looking for. So gonna take it on a test run to the playground. Violet had a rough time sleeping and Ashley finally got her to take a nap inside. So I know second we step in that door, dog's gonna lose her mind, Ivy's gonna be super loud, so best to just let them both sleep a little longer and test this thing out and see how it goes. So all right, first time testing this thing out, heading to the playground. It's a pretty nice day. So it's funny, me and the wife were talking about this the other day. One of the interesting things about military housing is that there's just not a lot of camaraderie. There's not a lot of sense of community. people come and they go so frequently that you don't really build a sense of relationship with standing with anybody. So no one's really ever outside. No one's really ever doing anything. And it's just, you walk past a lot of people and their demeanor's just different too, compared to our last neighborhood where we lived about an hour from base. Here you walk past someone and, I mean, a lot like other places where you're like, hey, how's it going? And you could say it plain as day, you could say it loudly, and they just kind of stare at you and keep walking. But yeah, not a lot of sense of community. Another thing that's kind of frustrating about being in the military is the childcare. So with childcare, it's very hard to get on the list, and usually when you do, it's for a extremely long period. Childcare is very hard to find in the military, especially where we are. It's densely populated with military, and we have new units coming in. So, yeah, it's just the waiting lists. They're massive. So, that's a big issue. But yeah, right now we're heading to the playground. Just wanted to give this little tripod selfie stick a try, and let Violet get a little more sleep. So that's pretty interesting. I might have to switch my phone around next time to where the part I'm supposed to look into is on the left, considering I'm right-handed. So when I hold it with my left hand, it lines up better with my eyes when I'm talking, but I'm not left-handed. Another thing about military housing, I will say that it's nice. They have these little playgrounds everywhere throughout the neighborhood. There's multiple, probably like 10. So they do what they can to enforce kids get out there and they play and they have a place to go and everything like that. And the houses really aren't that bad. As you can see, duplex housing, stuff like that. Now, one of the big negatives is these fences. These fences here in particular, they don't come with the house. So when you get here, either the person before you has to leave it, or you got to buy it off of someone who in the neighborhood is PCSing. Now that's not an issue, but what is an issue is the hoops you have to jump through logistically to get it approved to put up. Getting it mapped out, calling the agencies for natural gas, electric to mark in the grass. Obviously that's a must. However, we got to get approval from all kinds of people on base. That doesn't even make sense. NASA is near here, so we have to have NASA sign off on it. There's just a lot of, like, for a fence, you know what I mean? So little things like that. The neighborhood is managed by its own entity, and base housing logistics is managed by base housing on base, military side. So there's a center in the neighborhood managed by civilians contracted to manage the neighborhood, and then logistically the big rocks are handled by the logistics center on base who deal with housing. Now that causes a bunch of issues because they get in this punting match with one another on who's to handle what's an issue, what's not an issue. So needless to say, if anything goes awry, especially in a massive neighborhood like this, when there's no focal point that really knows their roles and responsibilities, it's very hard to get things fixed. We've had our microwave smoking, sparking, doing all kinds of stuff, and they've come out and jimmy rigged some stuff with it like 4 times. It got to a point where we were just kind of tired of dealing with it and bought our own microwave. So we disconnect the one that's in the house, cut the breaker off, and we're using one that we bought that's just sitting on the countertop. So that's some of the just little petty things you deal with. It takes forever putting work orders in to get things handled, but those are just some little tidbits about base housing I've come to learn. This is our first time really living in base housing. Usually we are living off base, be it duplex housing, an apartment. We owned a house at our last base that was an hour from base, and now here where we're in base housing, but it's detached from base. So it's base housing, but we're actually about maybe 5 miles from base, so not that bad. To kind of go along with what I was saying in the intro video, it's mainly about building that sense of community. Me and my wife, we struggle with, throughout the years, kind of finding purpose or a sense of stability or friendship that's meaningful, things like that. So it's just difficult. I mean, you look around here on a beautiful day, on a beautiful Sunday, this is the playground, completely empty. There's moving trucks, people always moving, there's always moving trucks. But yeah, there's just nothing going on ever. So a big hope with the channel, especially as we get the hang of this vlogging thing. It's very difficult using the hands in a way that's not so organic, but get used to it past the awkwardness, honestly. But yeah, just creating that sense of community where people will be able to kind of engage with each other and stuff. So we've been kind of integrating this across multiple platforms and linking them together to hopefully just kind of bring everything full circle and everything like that. Because military don't last forever, family does. You want friendships too, but at some point the uniform's gonna come off, and I want to be able to have as much as I can to show for it, and you know, in my life after. So I don't want my children just playing by themselves all the time, you know. So what's wrong?
Zipper's missing.
Zipper's missing. Where's Zipper?
Look, it's in the wall.
On the wall. What the heck?
The wall, eh?
Oh. Yep, don't worry.
Zipper's stuck. Zipper's stuck on the wall.
All right, I'll help him. So that's going to be it for this first vlog. Going forward, it can only get easier as we streamline the process and get more organized and able to plan out things more effectively and efficiently, getting that game plan and getting more comfortable talking in front of the camera. I'm getting better at talking to the camera and engaging in that conversation without the back and forth. It's a little different, but I'm getting there. We do plan on doing quite a few things in April as far as the 30 for 30, so 30 miles for the 30 days of April for veteran suicide awareness. Just walking 30 miles, that's we'll be documenting and tracking the progress on that, as well as visiting a few places and documenting the day-to-day lives, day-to-day struggles that and stressors that you endure in the military. So yeah, stay tuned.